Hi everyone, it's Kaylee, and today I'm going to talk about some of the books that I bought purely because their covers were pretty. The first set of books that I bought purely because their covers were pretty is the mirrored special edition of Elsie Silver's Chestnut Springs series. Now, these books came out in two covers. There is the couple cover, which I do have, they are up there. And there's also the mirrored special edition covers. Now these are gorgeous. Look at the detail on these. I am in love with them. Did I need two copies of these books? No, I didn't. Would I have been satisfied with one? Yes, I would have. Did I buy these purely because the covers were beautiful and I will never read them and never crack their spines? Yes, I did. And yes, you will notice that Hopeless Beau's book is missing. It is already on order from Amazon and it will be here next week. The next set I bought is Sierra Simone's Priest series. Now I am not one for dark romances. I read them a little bit, but they are not really a go-to. These covers, however, they are gorgeous. This is book number 1. This is a novella that happens between books 1 and 2 with the book 1 characters. This is book number 2, and this is book number 3. Now these solid black covers with the huge white writing with the beautiful flowers, I fell in love. This was the book that started it all. I fell in love with this cover. I bought the book. I don't regret anything. I've read the entire series. The next series is Katie Roberts' Dark Olympus series. Now this series is not complete. She has released 5 out of the projected 10 books, but they are gorgeous. This is book number 1, Neon Gods. Book number 2, Electric Idol. Book number 3, Wicked Beauty. Book number 4, Radiant Sin. I love the colors. And 5 is Cruel Seduction. And I have seen the cover for 6, which I believe is called Midnight Ruin, and it is just as gorgeous. This one is by far my favorite, with this one coming in a close second. I love the simplicity. I love the font choice. I love the shadowing. I love them. I love them. You will notice a pattern. I love the black covers with the white writing, with the one object detail on the front. They are gorgeous. I fully intend to buy the other 5 books in this series the day that they release. I cannot wait for Midnight Ruin. I believe it comes out either at the end of this year or it might be the beginning of next year. I can't remember, but it will be bought the second it releases. The next few, I don't even know if I like them or not. I bought them purely because of their covers. The first one is Hooked by Emily McIntyre. All of the covers in this series are gorgeous, but I haven't bought the other books that are out yet because I haven't read this series. And I try to be a girly who reads the first book in a series before she goes out and buys all of them. I did that with Priest. I only bought Priest, even though all the covers were gorgeous. I only bought Priest, I read it, and when I enjoyed it, then I went out and bought the rest of the series. So there's a good chance that I could have all of these beautiful books on my shelf. I do not plan to read this probably until next year. I am in my cozy, Halloween-y, soon-to-be Christmassy vibes. I'm just not in a place for dark romance, even if they are Disney retellings, which I'm certain this is because it looks very Peter Pan-ish. And I think the next ones are Scarred, which I don't know, that sounds Lion King-y, but I could be wrong. It has a Quarter of a Crown on it. And then the next one is Wretched, and I have no idea. If you've read this series and you know what those books are about, leave them in the comments below, let me know. If you think I should put this up to the top of my TBR and read it like immediately in January, let me know. It looks so beautiful that I'm afraid to read it and need to own the entire series. We are going to do a couple of cute cartoony ones. I don't tend to buy a lot of cartoony ones for the covers themselves. I usually buy them because they are an auto by author for me, or I really enjoyed the story, such as Abby Jimenez books behind me. I'm not in love with the covers, but I am in love with the books. Or like the Lana Ferguson, The Nanny, that you can also see behind me. You can also find all of the You can also find Allie Hazelwood's Love Theoretically back there, also with the cartoony covers. I prefer covers like these where the art is just gorgeous. But if there's going to be people on the cover, I prefer them to be cartoon. It is just a preference of mine. I like to be surprised by my book. I like the spice to be a surprise. And you can usually guarantee if there is a half-dressed man on the cover, there's gonna be some spice in it. So I like to be surprised. Because a lot of the time I won't even look up whether there's spice, especially in the fluffy rom-coms. You have no idea which way it's gonna go, if it's gonna be open door or closed door. And I like to be surprised. And with a cute cartoon cover, you just never know. So these are a couple of the cartoon covers. I haven't read the books yet just because I haven't had the time, but I loved the cover and the concept. And the first one is Falling Hard for the Royal Guard, and it is by Megan Clausen. I think this is a debut novel because I've never heard of her before. If it's not, I apologize. And if I like this book, I will be searching her out because I do have the need to read every single book that an author reads if I like one of their books. So this one is really cute. It is cartoony. I love the font. I love the hearts. I love the concept, the British royalty. It is just cute and cartoony, and I needed it to be bought. Last one that I bought because it was cartoony was Jana Goes Wild. And this one is a little bit because I love the colors, the kind of like the ombre effect in the background with the pinks and oranges. But it also because it has a giraffe, and giraffes hold a special place in our hearts here in my family. My son has had this stuffed giraffe since he was like a month old. Its name is Ginny. You can probably find it on Amazon. I think they still make it. Ginny goes with us everywhere. Not so much anymore, he's kind of grown out of that, but Ginny has been a staple in our life forever, and so because of that, we love giraffes. We search up everything about giraffes. So when I saw this cover, and I loved the detailing in the background, and it had a giraffe on the front, I knew that I needed it for my collection. Now, I haven't read it. It is on my TBR. If you have read it, let me know. These are all on my TBR. I think in the new year, I am going to make a TBR jar because I have a tendency of buying books and then putting them on my cart here. This is my TBR cart. It is not actually very big, all things considering. I tend not to buy books unless I know that I already love the author or I've already read the actual book. I don't usually buy books just for their pretty covers, with the exception of all of these. I know that seems like a lot, but they are mostly auto-buy authors for me. So these are my TBRs that I want to read in the new year. Obviously, I liked their cover for some reason. They just didn't make the cut for this video, but I probably will make a video later on at the end of the year showing what's all on my physical TBR. And because I want to get them read next year. I hate having books on my physical TBR. There are so many books out and I need to read them. So I will probably start diving into these in the new year. It might be closer to just after Christmas because I might just be sick of Christmas books by Boxing Day, but you never know. I do read other non-Christmassy books during November and December because I always keep up with the new releases as well as the Christmas books that I read. But something about reading Christmassy books in the winter, it just makes you feel happy and cozy, and I love them. So these are some of the books that I bought just because I thought the covers were pretty. And so far I have no regrets. There are 3 at the very end that I haven't read yet, so I can't say whether I regret those or not. But for the most part, I don't regret them at all. Even if I didn't like the book, I still would probably keep it because these covers are gorgeous, especially the Elsie Silver Mirror editions that will never get their spines broken. I will never read them. Are there any books that you bought just because their covers were pretty? Let me know in the description down below and I will check them out and probably buy them. Have a good day. Bye.